My name is Patricia, and today I'm going to talk to you about a big batch pour. Did I just create that name? Possibly. There have been many times when I've been pouring on a canvas and I get this incredible combination of colors, and I think to myself, oh, I wish I would have poured more. I'd love to use this again on something else. And by the time I get done with that pour and get ready for the next project that I'm working on, I don't even think about mixing it up again and doing another one. It's done, it's over, so what? Today, I decided to purposely make a lot of paint. I typically pour my paint in my Floetrol into these little tiny bathroom cups. They're 3 ounces. And, about this much paint and the rest Floetrol, and mix it up. But today I said, okay, I'm going to go big. Now, just like the rest of you, I pre-mix my paints and put them in big containers. But for this particular project, I wanted to make sure that I had a huge, I think this is 6 ounce, solo cup ready to go. I wanted to have a lot of each color. So this is what I put all of my paint in. Each color was in one of these solo cups instead of being in one of these tiny ones. The point was that I had a big project to work on. I knew it was going to take a lot of paint, but I also wanted to take these colors and use them again and again and again to create other beautiful pours, because once I saw the palette and then once I created the colors, I was so in love with it. I said, okay, I've got to do something great with this. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to start with the paint, tell you which paint colors I used. I used Apple Barrel Parakeet. Now, I pour them into my own container, so I don't have the actual Apple Barrel here to show you, but this particular one was Apple Barrel Parakeet. Tell me that is not lovely. Just beautiful color. I also went with an Apple Barrel Laguna. There's the Laguna. This is an Apple Barrel Lime Tree. A little bit of a departure from the Parakeet, just to get a little bit of subtle difference. Then I have Artist Loft Metallic Blue. Probably shake that up for you, let you see a better representation of that blue. It's really beautiful. Did another Artist Loft. This one is Metallic Purple. As you can see, these bottles have been through the ringer. Then I did an Artist Loft Metallic Cobalt Blue. Probably, I'm pretty sure this is my favorite color on the planet. I use it a lot. I truly love it. And an Artist Loft, did I tell you about the purple? I think I did. And then we have an Apple Barrel Bright Magenta. Isn't that pretty? So, and don't forget the white. I also use a lot of white. We have a stinking squirrel problem. We have a beautiful oak tree right in the middle of our backyard with gorgeous bird feeders hanging from it. And we even have those kind of bird feeders that you get at the specialty stores that are supposed to prevent the squirrels from getting onto it and stealing all your bird feed, and still doesn't matter, they're getting it anyway. And my husband is so clever. He's like, okay, we're going to put a PVC pipe up along the string, and that's going to prevent them from getting down. Well, those little stinking squirrels just shimmied on down that pole and took a few dollars on the way down and stole all the bird feed. So then he goes, okay, I'm going to take a pot, kind of like this, put a hole in the bottom, and he put it on the top of this PVC pipe. So it would be like, here's the PVC pipe, here's the pot, and the whole point was that the squirrel would come down the tree and he would approach this pot, and he didn't want to get stuck in the pot, and he couldn't figure out how to get over it because it's tilting over like this. He couldn't get over this way, and once he got here, he got PVC pipe, and it was just all kerfunkled. It was just a big mess. So the squirrel, for the first time, Could not get to our bird feeder. Yay! I was so excited. Well, the problem is I look out there and I see this stupid PVC pipe with the red lettering up the side. And then I got this old chunky black and gray ugly plastic pot that's been cracked in a million places hanging off the side of it. And it just takes away from my view. It takes away from the beauty of this gorgeous oak tree and my husband's garden and all the flowers and the other bird feeders hanging in the trees and the bird houses and the bird baths and everything else that's out there. And I don't want to see this, so I'm a pour. What do? Let's pour over it. So that was the reason that I started the big batch pour to begin with. I wanted to cover up this PVC pipe and this big bucket. So I did it. And I did it with some orange, yellows, whites, just kind of sunshiny, sunshine, sunrise, sunset colors. Very, very pretty. And I've got it out in the backyard, and I will take a picture and show it to you. But once it was done, I had the other bird feeder problem because there's two of them back there. So the squirrels were not able to get to the first one, but they were still stealing all the other bird seed. So I asked my husband to get some more PVC pipe and another pot, and I was going to fix that one too. This time I said, okay, I need to make a lot of paint because I want to make sure I can cover this thing because I did kind of run a little shy on the first one. So I made this big batch and I used the colors that I just showed you, and I've got some pictures coming up to show you everything that I've just worked on. And I wanted to kind of explain a little bit about why this happened. It's all about those stinking squirrels. I just wanted to make sure I could get them off my bird feeder. When I talk about the multi-projects that I work on, this is an example. I'm working on something to go on our bird feeder, and I've taken a bucket, and yesterday I poured an initial pour of the bottom. And you can see the pores here. If you try and do it all in one time, it kind of gets muddy, so I do it in sections. I did an initial pour first, which kind of coated the bottom a little bit. Today, I just put a second pour on the top, which is going to cover just this section. I'll let it wait a day and then I'll spin it over and do a little bit on the next side. And this way I get better coverage and you really get to see the cells. This is part of the bird feeder that we're doing too. You can see I've just poured a whole new section here. Let me just get around. It's a PVC pipe, which we are using to keep squirrels off our bird feeder. This is the second pour I just put on top of it. First pour was yesterday, and it's kind of down there, and I'm letting them overlap and dry. That's one of the things I'm doing. Here with the exact same batch of color, I took a canvas that I was not happy with, and I painted it blue. One of the colors that's in this big batch of colors. You might recognize it if you've seen any of my paintings. This is one that had a bunch of trees on it, and I just never really liked it. So I'm painting it blue, and this is my second coat. I'll have to do a couple because it was already varnished. And then this was a little piece I did with some of that paint from the exact same batch. And I'm thinking about placing it directly on top of that. Maybe not, maybe leaving it alone, I'm not sure yet. But whenever I do several batches of color, that didn't make any sense. When I do big batches of color, I like to do many projects, and this is just an example of some of the things I'm doing. Get in close so you can see that. Isn't that pretty? Just did that last night. Look at this. I did my cell phone cover. But you know what? It was covered in paint anyway. So why not cover it in a paint that I choose, that I prefer? Oh, beautiful. Loving it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for reading the article, and we'll see you soon.